Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, stories from the 78 from the world's largest arcade right here in Brookfield. You're looking at the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and this place has been around for about 15 years. Doc Mack, the owner, is a gamer himself. He's done video games. He's opened this place. There's a pinball place down the street. We're going to talk to him now for this story from the 78 from the Galloping Ghost Arcade here in Brookfield. So actually we wound up inside the pinball area instead of the arcade. I'm here with Doc Mack, owner of Galloping Ghost Pinball Arcade. How are you, sir?
Doing great. Thanks for coming by.
You know what? I've heard about this place for a long time. I've been here before. I didn't know about the pinball area. That's why we're in here. I took a detour to come over here to talk to you.
There's so much stuff down at the arcade. Sometimes people lose sight that there is a pinball side to the arcade.
You expect me to do all the work?
It's definitely a part of it.
Yeah, talk about what kind of, it's more of a limited selection compared to what people can see over at the arcade. You got about 47 here?
47 machines here, not the 1,038 that we have down at the arcade, but definitely a lot of rare and obscure games, a lot of horror themed. It's a little more personalized to my personal taste. So you got a lot of IPs like Led Zeppelin and Godzilla and just things that hopefully a lot of people are into.
But yeah, including this new, you said this Evil Dead game, like hot off the press is new, huh?
This is brand new from Spooky Pinball. They did such a phenomenal job on it. Usually pins are a bit more expensive, but this was one, as soon as they announced it, had to have it here. And we were one of the first places in the Chicagoland area to have it. And people absolutely love it. It's easily one of my top favorite games right now.
Yeah, and it seems like it's very interactive. Even like inside the game itself, there's a lot going on inside. And of course you got the screen up here to make it a digital component as well.
Absolutely, they did such a great job. Sometimes it's really hard to tie a theme into a pinball machine, but they had so many things that if you watch the movies, you're gonna get all these little things that, oh, that was from that scene and that was from that scene. And just amazing game, very well done.
I want to walk up this way just because we had a couple others I wanted to show because there's a couple favorites of mine. But this is the front area of the pinball experience, right? And you got the Monster Bash.
These are re-releases from Chicago Gaming. They did Monster Bash and Medieval Madness. Both phenomenal games that were beloved and well-deserving of re-releases.
And then you got this two-player. This is pretty rare, huh? Very
rare Joust pinball, two-player head-to-head pinball. Sometimes people say it's very difficult to keep up and running, but we've got it on and going.
You guys don't seem to have that problem with keeping machines and whatnot running because of the vast majority that you have over at the arcade.
It's a never-ending struggle. There's basically myself and Master Tech Doug Fox down at the arcade fixing everything there. And down here, we also have Master Tech Ken Walker working on things. So it's a constant struggle. All the guys on staff are able to fix things, and with this many machines, you can't get here early enough to start fixing them.
So you got some cool Godzilla. I didn't know there was a Nightmare on Elm Street pinball game, but there you have it, Creature from the Black Lagoon. But an ultra rare one that we've talked about is this Predator game. Doesn't look like it might be rare when you just walk in, just because you see Predator and people know Predator. But tell me why this one's so rare.
So this was an unreleased prototype. It went into development, and they were starting to take it to shows, and they were taking pre-orders for it. And then the company found out that they didn't get the license for it. And so
kind of need that, huh?
You do need that. People get upset when you try to make things without a license. So this is the only one, and we were able to get it here. We were very fortunate that the seller hooked us up with it because he could have put it in a collection and nobody ever would have seen it. But it's here for everybody to come play it and enjoy it.
And just down the street from here, about what, a block and a half, 3 blocks, what have you?
About 2 blocks.
The largest arcade in the world, that is Galloping Ghost, and it is like stepping back into whatever your version of your childhood was going to your arcades, which I guess is the point. But this place is filled with literally over 1,000 arcade games, right?
1,038 games. We add a new game every Monday with our Monday mystery game. We stream it all. We do a big unveiling. So that collection constantly growing. So if you were there last week, you're already missing new games. So
Well, and if you were there last year, you've missed 50 odd games.
At
right?
least.
Where are you putting all these games?
we're almost out of space, but we're working on our next very large expansion, which should hopefully alleviate all the space issues forever. But it's going to be a slow process getting it ready.
Yeah, when you walk in, it's like a labyrinth of video games. It really is. You have to your left, you have different types of games from different types of companies. Do you want to talk about some of the little sections you have there?
Yeah, a lot of it. It's so hard with so many games to get it all grouped in a style that makes sense. So some games are grouped by company. There's an Atari section and a Williams section, a Midway section, Nintendo. So the names that people would recognize. And then some are by genre. So there's like a driving section, a light gun section, shmups, like where you're flying planes and shooting enemies down. So it's, walking in, it might seem like there's no order to it, but with so many games, it's there. It just can be muddied, and some of it is a little nuanced.
And you definitely have rare games over there as well, including that simulator flight game that you have tucked in the back.
The Sega R360, it's one of the best things about the arcade has been that collectors have been very good to us. Industry people has been very good to us about sharing the rarest of the rare games. So there's a lot of one-of-ones, unreleased prototypes, and there's literally over 200, probably closer to 300 games that the only place you can play them is down there, the only place in the world. So.
And one of the older or oldest video arcade games is also there. Is it the Death Trap one?
Death Race.
I'm sorry, Death Race.
From Exidy in 1976. It was essentially one of the first banned video games because they thought it was too violent, that you were running people over, even though the developers insisted that they were gremlins. So there's a lot of gaming history down there, and it's basically a museum, but interactive where you can play everything. Even if it's a one-of-one, it's turned on every day so you can play it and enjoy it and see what it was supposed to be if it was a prototype.
Yeah, it really is a working museum because you can play, and you're open from 11 to midnight most days and until 2 on the weekends?
Yep, Friday and Saturday we're there till 2 a.m. 7 days a week. We're open all holidays. Never deviate from the hours unless we're going to be open more.
And you come in, you pay $25, and you can play for as long as you're there.
Yep, you can leave, go get lunch. Brookfield has so many great restaurants to go eat at that go eat, come back, just show your receipt, you're right back in play.
Oh man. And I just love when you walk around the labyrinth that is all these games. You see games from your childhood. You see games from, when you were a little bit older, depending on your age group. Is there a spot where perhaps arcade games aren't as, they're not manufactured as much? Is there a year where they kind of tail off, or is it like when you say like the bulk of the games in the arcade are from X year to X year?
Like 1976 to probably the early 2000s, and then it kind of hits that quiet period. And then like we do have games from every decade, but it's the later 2000s get a little quiet. But there's definitely some amazing games that came out then. Raw Thrills and Play Mechanics were putting out some tremendous stuff. So it's never gone away. It's just gotten a little quieter and then gotten louder again.
Yeah, and now some of the newer games we were talking are just big because they're like VR or, so they're just huge spaces that are a little different than the ones of yesteryear.
For sure. There's so much for the attraction and the spectacle of it all. A lot of the games that are bigger, unfortunately, until we do our next expansion, we can't get them just yet. But it's about telling the story of arcade gaming. So every game has a spot at the arcade.
It does, and it almost feels like when you walk into a comic book shop, the way you walk into this arcade, because you got the counter right there, you have people who are knowledgeable about the games who will be able to direct you to, like, if I want to play Duck Hunt, you guys know where it is, or the original Super Mario Brothers, you know where that is, right?
That's the whole thing. The guys working there, the people working there it's so many of them, it's their life. They just love doing it. It's nothing else they would rather be doing. Like, it's video games. You get to meet great people that travel in. You get to meet the industry people and hear all the stories. Hearing why somebody wants to play a specific game For a lot of us, it's super interesting. Some of them, they played it as a kid with their parent, or their dad showed it to them, or their brother. Some of them, they just heard about it their whole lives, and they're just finally checking it out. Or they play it on console now, and they want to see where the story started.
Yeah, I mean, there's something very unique about coming into a building, playing stand-up games, versus sitting on your couch with a little controller. It's a whole different experience. Both of them are fun, but it's an experience to come in. You have a little sense of community, like a comic book store, where you're with fellow readers who love the genre that you're in. Same thing here. You get to meet gamers. You have all sorts of events that happen throughout the year here with gamers and streaming things live, all of that stuff, right?
We do. We're constantly streaming. We do a Monday stream and a Thursday stream showing off. On Monday, the new game. Thursday, we do gameplay, and it's always something new. So like when people go there, we get people that even have like social anxieties. They don't like going out as much. I was very much like that. But going to play video games and being around people, it's easy to watch somebody playing a game, and you instantly have that in common. Like, oh, you like that game? I like that game.
Yeah.
And we've seen so many friendships form there. We've seen people become really good friends down there just because of video games. And it's so funny to watch how in the 90s it was like, oh, violent video games are going to make everybody maniacs and lunatics.
Yeah. Just like rock and roll was the devil's music of the 50s, right?
Absolutely. It all gets proven wrong. People, they have that thing in common. It doesn't matter who they are, where they're from, what they're about. Something brings them together. And you see so many people having fun playing these games. It's an amazing thing every day to watch.
And you got a nice little spot here in Brookfield where you have the arcade, pinball. You also do a lot of other things. You have like a production studio. You do things with Godzilla. I mean, you are a true Renaissance man.
I've been so very fortunate to be able to have everything that I love doing has become basically like a business. So we've got our gym and martial arts school, we've got our printing company, we've got our production company, our Galloping Ghost Garage, and the Godzilla stuff too. It's all different facets of things that I'm just into. And Brookfield has been so amazing to us and accommodating, and a lot more things we want to keep adding to the town.
And if people want to keep up with what you're doing, they can certainly go to the arcade or the pinball. But is there a website you want people to go to check things out as you guys roll out?
Yeah, you can. We're pretty heavy on, you can always check us out on gallopingghost.com, gallopingghost.arcade.com, or any of the social medias. If you search for Galloping Ghost, we'll come up.
Thank you so much for taking time to chat with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, that is the story from the Galloping Ghost Pinball and Arcade right here in Brookfield, Tom Barnes, Chicago at gmail.com. If you have a story from the 7/8 suggestion, sorry, it's really bright after being inside an arcade, or head over to the website storiesfromthe78.com. But as you can see, it's right here in the heart of Brookfield. Come on, check it out.